before failing on the good 4. I think on this sort of track today, give him the benefit of the doubt.
Horse number 3 is Leored for Stuart and Talia McKinnon, and Ben Thompson takes the ride.
He's a really honest stayer. He's looking the part. He's got a good shine to his coat. He was a winner 3 back in a benchmark 58, so that's a bit easier than this. Then his two subsequent runs. What's up?
Start again.
Start again. Are we going again?
Well, it's all right. It's on now.
Righto.
It's running now, isn't it? Okay, all right.
Oh, they're going live? Okay.
Going live, okay. Okay, welcome back to the Sunshine Coast, where it's a very sunny afternoon here. This is race 6, first leg of the quaddie. It's the Kings Beach Surf Club Class 3 handicap, 1,800 metres. We've got the 9 runners here, Paul, and our favourite, our short price favourite, number 4, that is Van Nuys. We'll have a look at him shortly, but number 2 is the first one to look at, Gulf of Taros for Trevor Miller and Michael Carl.
Thanks for that, Damien. Look, he's a horse that's a little bit hit and miss, generally due to the track conditions. On good tracks, he doesn't usually fire a shot. When he gets his toe in, he grows another leg. Today, we're on a soft 5, so we're somewhere in the middle. Looking at him parade, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt today.
Okay, horse number 3, Leored, a very cool customer for Stuart and Taylor McKinnon. He's racing well this preparation, and Ben Thompson takes the ride again.
Yeah, he's a cool customer. He's very consistent. He tries his hardest. He's limited, but they're placing him really well. He's been in the money at 3 of his last 4, including a win. And even last time out, he was unsuited by the way the track played, and he ran 4th behind Lahiros. Obviously, he's got to turn the tables on the favourite Van Nuys, who we're about to have a look at. But look, if the favourite happens to have an off day, Leored could certainly take advantage of it.
Okay, and our favourite is number 4, that is Van Nuys, who opened up at $2.20 early doors, $1.95 this morning, now into about $1.65. This horse is trained by John Simons and Sheila Laxon. They're looking for a winning treble, as is their jockey Jaden Lloyd and Paul. You like this horse?
Oh, I love this horse. I wouldn't back her in a beauty contest because she wouldn't win one. She's not much to look at all, but on form, Damien, she should win this race. She won at Doomben last prep when she went to a Class 1 in town. She won it well. She then went out for a break after failing here behind Scalago. She's come back with 2 terrific performances, in particular that second up run behind Lahiros, where she defied the pattern of the day and she ripped home her last 200 in outstanding figures. Now she hits this race 3rd up, cherry ripe, drawn perfectly, stable jockey firing. She's just very, very short, but that's the only knock.
It goes to show the depth in the race. There's not, on paper, too many winning chances. Let's have a look at number 6. This is Talk Like a Star. Tiff Brooker rides for Stu McKinnon. Or Stu Kendrick, I should say.
Yeah, well, you only need 1 to knock you off, of course. And Talk Like a Star could be her. She found form last prep when they stepped her up in trip. She put a couple of wins together. She's been pretty plain at 2 runs back, but she's getting up in distance today, so she'll start to improve.
The 7 looked well on the yard. This is Magic Mickey for Simon Foster and Larry Cassidy.
Yeah, he did look well, and so he's another one. He could be the one that knocks you off today. He ran 2nd here in a benchmark 58 last prep behind Mr. Dudway. First up this prep was on the poly track, so we don't really know what to do with that. But obviously, I'm with you. He paraded great.
Number 8 is Googaz for Olivia Cairns and Michael Hellier.
You wouldn't think Beaudez at 62 form and Kilcoy 55 form would stack up here, but he's racing well, he's looking well, he stays top 4.
Number 9, Rabbits Jr., he's a stayer. Carl Zechner rides for Kelly Purdy.
Yeah, he is, but he's just not racing well, and I don't know, he's not parading well. I liked him last prep. He won really well here last prep too, but he's just struggling.
Gordon Hay prepares number 10, Bold Delago, and Malia Castle claims 2.
He's the sort of horse that can knock you off on the worst possible day. That's what he does. He bobs up every now and again. He's won 3 from 50. 2 starts back, he was pretty good behind Set Ablaze, but I don't think that's the right form for this.
And one of our roughies is number 11. This is Largo de Braise. Vishan Venkay puts the polish on this horse. Sam Collett takes the ride on the mare.
Yeah, she's been getting beaten a long way in similar races to this, and it's hard to see her turning that around. So what you say is right, Damien. Obviously, this favourite is all the rage. It was $2.25 when tab opened, Van Nuys. Firmed into about $2.10, $2.05 by last night. By this morning, we were looking at $1.95. I can tell you now, we're looking at $1.60. So it's one-way traffic, the favourite, Van Nuys. if you had tuned in a couple of weeks ago, I was dead set all over this mare at the double figures, and she ran probably one of the races of the day, albeit finishing second. And as I said to you in the preview, I always feel a little bit sick when you've taken double figures one week and you're taking red odds the next. But I just can't see how she gets beaten here today unless something bobs out of nowhere. And we've been in this game long enough to know that that does happen.
It can happen. There are your numbers on the screen. You're going 4, 3, 2 and 10.
Yeah, obviously Van Nuys on top. Leored, such an honest horse, paraded great, tries hard, suited to Ben Thompson. He rides this horse better than anyone. Number 2, Gulf of Saros, really tricky to line up. We know he doesn't like a good track. But this is officially a soft 5, so just got that toe in. And then for 4th, I have put in Bold Delago, gets in on 51 kilos. And Malia Castle gets on really well with this horse, and he seems to save his best here for the Sunshine Coast. So for a horse at sort of $30, $41, hopefully he doesn't win. But if you want to have a couple of dollars on him, he just might.
Okay, Paul, 4, 3, 2 and 10. My numbers here are 4, 3, 2 and 10 also, so we're agreeing with our numbers, $1.60 for Van Nuys. Okay, we've got an update on the jockeys from Grafton. Let's head back there. Runners are behind the barrier. We're still just under 3 minutes away from the start here, race 6. Let's get back to Grafton. Gary?
And walking about, Lukey Rolls has had a shower, so he's not going to ride for the rest of the day. He's complaining of a sore wrist and the neck. And Tegan Harrison's been taken to hospital with that problem shoulder.
Yeah. And the ambulance has just turned up now, so the jockeys are mounting up. So it won't be long before I think they'll head straight to the gates and get there as quick as possible. So hopefully we're not too far away from the running of race 5.
Right, Damien and Paul, we'll go back to you there at the Sunshine Coast. I'd say we'd go on the back of you straight after your this race. Yes. Yeah.
We're behind the barrier here. We're 90 seconds away from the start time for race 6. Number 4, Van Nuys is our favourite at $1.60, $1.80 officially on the Queensland price fluctuations. $1.60 on tab. He's our favourite. Gulf of Saros is 11s into $9.50. Leo Red 5 out to 6, $1.60 for Van Nuys. Took Like a Star is 8 out to 14. Magic Mickey, $9.50 out to 10, fairly steady. Then we're down to Googaz, 10 out to 12, $26 for Rabbit Stew. Our Bold Delago, 31 out to 41, back into 31, and $51 for the bottom one, Largo de Braise. They're about to load away, Paul. It's still just under 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, really interesting, Damien, isn't it, to see Van Nuys so well backed. Obviously, 225 opening yesterday. There's only been 2 scratchings, and I don't think they would have taken much out of the pool. So it's basically been a 225 into a $1.60 go. We all saw her second up run here. She really started to hit the nail on the head last prep, and we'll see how far she goes on with it this prep. But she wouldn't win a beauty contest, that's for sure. There's not much of her. She doesn't look much in the coat, and it's all down to her heart and her motor. And with mares in particular, they come in all shapes and sizes, and this one just has a real little motor on her. I think she'll stay. I think she'll stay probably further than the 1800, looking at the way she hit the line the other day. But hopefully she's still sharp enough to at least take up some sort of position today. And Jaden Lloyd, as you said, riding in rare form at the moment, coming off that huge day here last Saturday when he took out the wing skinnies for this stable as well. So keen to see what Van Nuys can do. Hopefully she can get the job done for the punters. Let's head upstairs to Josh Fleming for the call.
Hot favourite, gate 3, Van Nuys, about to move forward as Magic Mikey and Leo Red to go forward, and will be right to run. So thank you, Paul. Thank you, Damo. Leo Red to go forward, and we're nearly right to run. So Van Nuys off the map, our favourite here. Heavily backed, red light turned on. Quaddy leg number 1. Racing at the 1800, and Van Nuys pinged away. She's in front from Googaz. Between them's Rabbit Stew, rolling forward. Largo de Braise out 4 wide. Ahead of Talk Like a Star, drifting back Gulf of Saros with Leo Red, followed by Bold Delago and Magic Mikey. So Googaz in front now. Second, Largo de Braise up into third, Rabbit Stew. Van Nuys back to 4th, a length and a half to Talk Like a Star, Gulf of Saros, and further back to Leo Red. Bold Delago and Keen Magic Mikey's at the rear. In front, Googaz by a neat length here. Second, Largo de Braise up into third. Van Nuys and fourth, the outside Rabbit Stew. A length and a half to Talk Like a Star, Golf of Saros, and further back to Leo, Red, Bold Delago and Magic Mikey. A good 6 or 7 lengths would cover the field, maybe a little bit more. In front, Googaz here by length and second, Largo de Braise and third, the race favourite Van Nuys and fourth, the outside Rabbit Stew. 2 lengths to Talk Like a Star, followed by Golf of Saros and further back to Leo, Red, Bold Delago and Magic Mikey. As they swing out of the back and head down the Pierce Avenue side, in front still Googaz by about a half length here. Second, Largo de Braise and third, Van Nuys on the rails. Next, the outside Rabbit Stew, Talk Like a Star. Golf of Saros on the rail, followed there by Leo, Red, Bold Delago and Magic Mikey. 500 metres left to run. Googaz just in front. Second, Largo de Braise. Van Nuys is third on the inside, looking for the way clear. Further back to Rabbit Stew. And then coming Golf of Saros and Talk Like a Star. Googaz in front. Van Nuys is into the clear. Next, the outside. Largo de Braise there clear from Golf of Saros and Talk Like a Star. But now Van Nuys pouncing on the lead. Googaz the inside, followed by Largo de Braise. Running home, Leo Red down the outside. Van Nuys in front, closing in Leo Red at the 50. Van Nuys in front. Leo Red is lunging at Van Nuys. Van Nuys, Leo Red. Oh, photo. Van Nuys, Leo Red, Van Nuys. Followed by Googaz. And then we had Talk Like a Star. Followed by Golf of Saros, Largo de Braise, Bold Delago. Further back was Rabbit Stew and Magic Mikey pulling up at the rear.